Welcome back to another video review. I am the techgooch, and we are taking a look at another Urban Arbor gear case. Did one for my 6 Plus, and now I was at the same time they actually also sent me one for my iPad Mini. I've actually had the Mini one longer than the 6 Plus one. I've had this for a couple weeks almost now, and I'll tell you what, Urban Arbor gear makes some really good cases. Now, just to say again, I was recommended to do a case from Urban Arbor Gear from one of you listeners, so this is directly from you guys. This is why I'm doing this review on these cases. And I would like to say thank you, because without you, I actually wouldn't even have known some of these existed. This is the Scout Folio Case from Urban Arbor Gear for the iPad Mini, Mini with Retina in my case. And it is a folio case, obviously, as the name implies, so it does have the screen protector built into it. You can see here where it has a nice rubber inlay, honeycomb kind of view, but it's all rubber back here. A nice, I wouldn't say it's felt, it's definitely a rubberish material that the front's made out as well, and you'll actually see here in a minute why that is like that. But I'm going to stick my iPad in here, which turns on, and you can see I just kind of stuck the volume rocker side in and then just clicked the other side in, but it's definitely more of a rubberish, a harder rubber material on the outside edge. And then it does have the built-in magnet as well, so if you can see it kind of turn off maybe, there we go, you can hear it at least, but it did turn on automatically when I opened it. It also has good cutouts for the speaker and microphone and everything. The charge port, camera's nice. Got a nice circular cutout for it, as well as the microphone back here and the headphone jack down here. Rocker switch for muting, and that's how I have it set up. It's for muting, and then volume up and down. Kind of harder to see because it's just rubberized, but it's just kind of two rubber buttons built into the case as well. Bottom side has a look, has just like the iPhone case that I did. Has some rubberized screws. Obviously they're fake; they're just there for looks. But this is kind of where it kind of goes into the weird territory for how the front case comes out. You can see here where it has a nice big opening, and it just attaches at these two little points here. Now the material that the case is made out of. Seems like it's definitely going to hold up over time. There's a stitch point at both hinge locations, but it definitely has a rubbery, heavy feel to it, so it should last quite a while. I have not seen anywhere in the couple weeks that I've had it, but this is why this is made out of rubber here, is because you set the stand, you set it at any angle, and it grips onto this rubber. A lot of the cases that are like this have grooves set into it, where the iPad's going to set. This does not have to do that because it's such a sticky rubber. It's like a rubberish material here and a rubberish material on the feet down here, and it just sticks. And it sticks really well. I have not had it slip on me one time. Lap placement, sitting on the counter, sitting on the table, works really good. Obviously, if you had it sit down in front of you, you can push, even pushing against it, I'm going to push the whole case. Even if I'm pushing way down here, I'll swoop back here again. If I'm pushing up here, that's where you're going to push it out because of the fact that it's, you have a lot of leverage up here. But your keyboard placement is always down here, so even typing on the keyboard, you're going to be just fine. Probably if you're in an app or whichever and you're pushing up here, obviously you're not going to be pushing really, really hard up top here. So when you have something up here and you push really hard, you can obviously push it down. But if you're just wanting to, even up here, just running your finger, you can see it has a kind of a sponginess to it. It's not going to slide down too easily on you, at least. So, but, it all depends on how hard you push and whichever. So, but it does close up real nice. It definitely has a lot more protective value than my standard Apple case, but you can also see the difference in thickness, if you can see here. I don't know if I would say 50% thicker on the Urban Arbor gear. That said, that 50% thicker gives you significantly better protection. The Apple case doesn't have a whole lot of protection to it. It's beautiful, fits really good, leather, handles really well, does discolor over time, as you can see here, but doesn't have a whole lot of protection to it. I like both of these cases. I don't say one is better than the other than the fact that this one, is very, very thin. And that's the best thing I think about the Apple case. But the Urban Armor Gear handles really well in your hands, has a lot more usability in terms of placement, because in the Apple case you have nearly straight up or laying very far down. And there's not a whole lot of interoperability to that. This one has it all over the place. So that's one thing that they did very, very well in the Urban Armor Gear. Materials very, very well. It actually sticks to your hand better than the leather does, with that rubbery feel of the case itself. The whole thing has that rubbery feel, so I do like that. And the cutouts are very, very well done. So because the included magnetic case, if you were looking for, if you're looking at between these two, or several other actually ones out there in the Folio Case line, more protective, definitely the Urban Armor Gear, no doubt. And I don't see myself taking my iPad out of this one for a while. Yes, I do like this one, especially for how thin it is. But if you drop it, it's going to pop out of this, and you're probably going to crack your iPad. I feel a lot more secure with the Urban Armor Gear case. But it is bulkier, so that said, if you don't want a bulky case, don't go with this guy. Go with something more like this guy with a thinner case. And if you use it in a situation where you're not worried about dropping it, you probably wouldn't need this one so much. But really do like it. And it is less expensive than this one. So, yeah, I like the iPhone case, which is the nice orange one. You can see very similar in terms of their designs. If they offered the iPad version, this specific Folio version, in more colors, I probably wouldn't have gotten it, because on the iPads I definitely want the Folio case. On the iPhones, I'm kind of, yeah, maybe yes. I have a Folio case for my iPhone that I do really like, but I also really, really like the Urban Armor Gear case that I have as well, so I'm kind of split between that one. But with the iPad, I'm definitely more of a Folio case guy. They do offer this guy without the Folio as well, so those are options, but check them out at urbanarmorgear.com for more information. Urban Armor Gear did supply me the case to review. I appreciate that. Again, this is from a viewer's recommendation to do it, and I thank you and applaud you for recommending it, because I really do like them. If you have any questions, comments, please, that's what the comment boxes below are for. Subscribe above. Love to hear from you. If you have any recommendations for future cases or just future reviews in general, let me know. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, and we'll see you next time.